Late at night at 12 o'clock, I was lying on the sofa bed in a drunken daze. Beside me, a beautiful and charming woman was taking off my pants. The woman's gentle, watery voice whispered in my ear, "Brother, don't always peek at me. Anyway, I have been secretly in love with you for a long time." I couldn't sleep at night, so I got up to pour a glass of water to drink, and again I saw the young woman next door who had newly moved in. The bathroom door on her side was facing my bedroom. I guess she is inside to take a bath. The sound of water in this quiet dark night is especially provocative. Through the glass door I can see the woman's bathing action clearly. It's really beautiful. That pair of towering famous tool to see my throat tight. Her hand seems to weigh a few times. She took a towel to wipe again. Previously, the woman's side of the house is an old bachelor, year-round, in addition to 2 or 3 times the old bachelor to bring the old aunt home. There is nothing to see. This woman at a glance is quite rich, can rent us this urban village. It is also really strange. That woman body Snow White, not yet wearing clothes, right, in the slow rubbing hair, she even talked to herself to speak, really worried about people, how it seems to have grown up again recently. I don't know where she was referring to, but I couldn't hold back and looked at the place again, plus the woman's sweet voice instantly made me react. I was about to look more clearly when the door was pulled open and I almost didn't go limp. Although I'm not a decent person, but peeping at a woman bathing this kind of thing I don't care to do, I immediately squatted down. I secretly raised my head and looked in the direction I was just looking. The woman walked out without an inch of clothing. Newell must have been biased when she pinched her. Those long legs, that little waist, and that little black forest simply made people want to stop. I wanted to find out more. I hurriedly stopped myself from thinking any further. I have a girlfriend, Feng Ling. You have Huang Yi. I slapped my face trying to wake myself up. But this night, no matter how many times I called out Huang Yi's name internally, I still lingered with that woman next door for a long time in my dreams, and the next day my bedding was simply so dirty that I couldn't look at it. My brother and I opened a car repair store. When the store opened in the morning, a woman passed by the store and was seen by Keiko. Keiko asked me, "Da Ling, who was that beautiful woman who just passed by?" I shook my head. "Next door, do not know." "Daling, this you will not be enough ah. You have a girlfriend I have not ah. Recognize the beauty does not give brother introduction." Keiko elbow bumped me. "Really do not know, and I have a girlfriend. You want to know, you know yourself to go." "Okay." Keiko is not polite. This day he stayed in the store until the afternoon. Finally in the afternoon, the woman came back. The woman estimated that she went to the supermarket. She also bought meat, vegetables and other things. Keiko took the initiative to greet the woman, said, "Hello, neighbor." "Hello, how is it?" "Hello, how is it?" The woman smiled lightly. "Nothing, brothers are not bad people oh, we are all neighbors, head up, head down, get to know each other. My name is Zhang Qiangzi, he is Feng Ling." Qiangzi pointed at me. "Is it heavy?" "I'm fine, I'll carry it back for you." Before the woman could say anything, Keiko snatched the bag from the woman's hand. The woman was not intimidated by the sight. Instead she smiled brightly. Brother Keiko is very enthusiastic. Treating beautiful women, that's for sure. In addition to helping others to bring things home, the strong son of this trip passed, but also by the woman's stay for dinner, they also opened a good wine to call me over. I said no, but the woman said, half joking, half serious, "Come over, you dare to say that the night peeping at me is not you?" My heart skipped a beat in shock. Did she know? I was about to apologize, but she waved her hand and said, "Although there aren't many people who can play to the last level of Jedi world, you don't have to peek at what weapons I use every day, I'll just teach you for free." So she was talking about the game. I awkwardly touched the back of my head. "Ah, you're talking about this. I didn't expect to be discovered by you." The woman's beautiful eyes flashed with a cunning light. "Otherwise, do you have other secrets I haven't discovered yet?" "No more." I pretended to cough to hide my embarrassment. Both Keiko and I are not good drinkers, but with good wine with good food, and a beautiful woman listening to us two big old men bragging on the side, soon Keiko and I were drunk, and in the middle of the night I suddenly woke up. Woman wearing a thin pajamas to cover me. I momentarily cannot distinguish between reality or dream. She wore a large neckline pajamas inside the empty, squatting down to wipe my sweat. Spring light is visible. At least it. No need to hand, I can feel the weight of that heavy. I stood up in front of her face that thing. When I was feeling embarrassed, she didn't seem to notice, she smiled coyly. Am I being too proactive? I'm just looking at you sweating uncomfortably to wipe you off. Brother darling, do you have a headache? Her soft hands covered my temples, gently circling them, just like that job. The indoor smell of cigarettes and alcohol has long been dispersed. It is really a woman's home, here has long been lighted with a sleeping aid incense. I am dazed and comfortable straight sigh, the woman gently asked me. Darling brother, why don't you go home, I'll give you a press you sue. While I have not reacted, she put my head on her thighs. It is true that the peaks of the mountains are high. I just open my mouth, I can graze the edge of the place. At this point, my consciousness had long since lapsed. I wanted to close my eyes to enjoy the woman's teasing, but a phone ringing in the dark interrupted my thoughts. Huang Yi called me. Right, I haven't called Huang Yi tonight. I can't believe I fell asleep like this. I picked up the cell phone in a hurry and tried to stand up, and directly hit the woman's fragrant and soft place, and she let out a huoshe, hua, and drew a breath of cold air. Don't be in a hurry, brother darling, you're hurting me with your bump. She grabbed the place and rubbed it in front of me, presumably to ease the pain. I didn't dare to look at it again, as if it was a goblin hole. I rushed home. It wasn't until I heard Huang Yi's voice that I felt a little bit of peace of mind. Phone Ling, why did you take so long to answer the phone? I sent you so many messages and you didn't reply. You want to revolt, are you? Huang Yi's mischievous voice came. I'm sorry wife, just now I drank some wine with Changzi and laid down. Where did you drink? Just you two? Confess from leniency, resist from severity. Oh. Usually the sweet voice of Huang Yi. This time on the phone I heard a few points raucous, but I still patiently explained to Huang Yi, there is a neighbor who just moved over, I guess the strong son of the people, a little bit of interest in the next door to drink. Didn't drink too much, did you? Just drink a little mean, first do not talk to you, sleepy, get up and talk again, good night wife. I just hung up the phone when I heard someone knocking on my door. Brother darling, it's me, the water heater at my home is broken, can I borrow your bathroom to take a shower? Few seconds later I hadn't answered. The woman's words came again, this time the voice is colored with a little pity. If it is not convenient, I see that the front Shinbo has not yet turned off the lights, probably not yet asleep. I ask him to go. I would not let a beautiful woman knock on the door of a 60-year-old widow in the middle of the night. I opened the door and let the woman in. The woman looked at me and smiled charmingly. Thank you, brother darling, I'll go in and take a shower first. Well, the restroom is over there. I showed her the way slightly. Not long after, the sound of water clattered. I poured myself a cup of water. From the woman came in that if the aroma floated in. Originally I drank alcohol, brain is not very clear. This moment is vaguely want to do that thing. When she finished the bath I have to quickly let her out. A man and a woman, stay together in the middle of the night would have been easy to rub the gun. I sent a Weibo message to Huang Yi, wife, I miss you, I can't wait for next week, I want to sleep with you in my arms right away. The woman half opened the door, shy twisted voice asked out, brother darling, you have so many bottles and jars here, I can't find the lady's body wash. The pink bottle is my girlfriend's, you look for it, just use that bottle. I massaged my temples with both fingers. I can't stand drinking all kinds of alcohol together, my head is starting to hurt. Oops, still don't see it, darling brother, you come in and look at it. I did not think much of push the door in, I saw that beautiful ketone body. A moment later I realized how impulsive things I did. I am sorry, I first wait for you to put clothes on. I turned my head to leave, but the woman gently pulled my hand. Brother darling, I know, the person who peeked at my bath last night was you. I bowed my head, not knowing what to say except to apologize. I didn't mean to. She brought my hands across her white shoulders, her hands broke over to my face. Brother darling, look at me, am I not beautiful? Where would I dare to meet her eyes at this point? You are beautiful, but I have a girlfriend. Huang Yi and I have been together for 5 years, if there is no accident, next year we will both go back to our hometown to discuss the preparation of the wedding. I don't care, brother darling, I just simply like you, I won't ruin your relationship. The woman said this, then she kissed up. I didn't react for a moment and let her have her way, but soon I collapsed as if my strength had been drained. Last night's dream overlapped with today's, and although my mind kept crying out that I couldn't do anything to apologize to Huang Yi, I couldn't control my strong physical reaction. I was helped by the woman to lie on the sofa in the living room. I don't deny that I'm a normal man. Of course I would react to the teasing of a beautiful woman, especially when that little mouth accommodated my huge thing. I didn't hold back a soft sigh. She had actually taken off my pants without my consent. My mind snapped to Huang Yi's smiling face. Huang Yi was a different type from the woman in front of me. My Huang Yi was simple and cute, and all our experience was given by each other. Where would it be so skillful and highly skilled like the woman? But I had to admit that this woman gave me a fresh feeling. When that burst of aroma finally passed, I hurriedly pushed this head that was on top of me away. You go away, call Huang Yi to come here, I want my wife Huang Yi. The woman was a bit frustrated at being ferocious, but she was going to continue. I stood up straight away. No matter what, at the last minute I held back. I didn't apologize to Huang Yi. Brother Daling, you hate me that much? I didn't have time to speak before the sound of a key twisting the door lock came from the doorway, and I snapped back to the message I had just sent to Huang Yi. Huang Yi wouldn't be coming over, would he? Hubby. Sure enough, it was Huang Yi. Luckily the woman didn't pester me anymore, or else I wouldn't be able to say anything with 8 mouths. She got dressed and tumbled back from the balcony. You're just sleeping naked like that, huh? I answered. Having a wet dream. Huang Yi wistfully pointed to the hard spot. I miss my wife, but I don't have the strength now. I've had too much to drink and I don't have the strength to do it. I closed my eyes and there was that pair of gentle hands with fragrance again. Huang Yi accompanied me to eat breakfast and went back to school. She studied. The first course is very intense. Last night is the middle of the night. To rest assured that I ran out, perhaps as a girlfriend's sixth sense. Anyway, cannot say the reason she came over. Strong son and the tenderness to sleep a night of spirit, he said. Neighbors yesterday broke the cost, and red wine and lobster. We have to return the gift. Cannot take advantage of the people. Little girl cheap. Okay. Let's go to the best restaurant in town and treat her to a nice meal, and we'll pay for it. But the woman refused, said we have to insist, then buy food to her home to cook for her. She does not like to eat outside things, feel unhygienic. Again, Keiko agreed in a heartbeat for me. Learning from last time's experience, I once again get along with her, began to consciously keep a distance from her. I think she realized it too. After drinking some wine, her eyes reddened with watering eyes. 2 brothers, you guys are so nice, letting me feel affection in a foreign country. Foreign land? Where are you from, neighbor? Beijing dialect is so good. I am an Indonesian Chinese. When I was 8 years old my whole family immigrated to the past. Originally I was still in Switzerland to go to university, but my father had to force me to marry his business partner. I had no choice but to run out. Fortunately I met 2 kind brothers. The woman cried in a low voice, her shoulders shaking, looking so pitiful. Hey, don't cry. Keiko obediently patted up the woman's shoulder, clumsily comforted up. Then you cannot hide a moment to hide a lifetime, ah. Moreover, I see that you eat and drink our brand. Name it. Your family conditions should be quite good, or you go to rent a high-level house is okay. This street is a big old man and then lie down. I'm afraid that you suffer. All the people living here are migrant workers, factory workers. I kindly advise women to move out. Thank you for your concern. My father said that unless I bring back a boy I like, or I will marry that rich 3rd generation full of copper smell, I will fight back to the end. Rich people are great, ah. The woman grunted, even more aggrieved, clearly pretending to be strong. It seems to be a big lady who escaped from the ivory tower. No wonder she is not at all defensive towards us 2 big men. I smiled bitterly as I held my forehead. Strong son, however, made a wink with me. White rich beauty who do not like. Strong son on the woman's interest is even more intense. But the strong son does not know is that the woman wearing stockings paws, under the table gently hooked up my calves. I moved to the side. In my heart, it doesn't matter if a man has money or not, the most important thing is to have a sincere heart that loves me, that's enough. Keiko couldn't stop nodding. The woman, however, uniquely points to my name, Brother Daling. What do you say? You also said to have a heart that loves you. If this man can't do that, then please give up. My words instantly forced tears out of her eyes. Love would be nice if it could be controlled, brother darling. Changzi sidled up to me and threatened me in a low voice. Huo Qian tried to steal from me. You've got a girlfriend. I let out an angry, Huo Feng Leske Huo. Huo Lu O, go, 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 don't try to steal from you. I calmed down after I got home. I didn't realize that my market was still so good. Of course, look at these abs, this line. I looked at the mirror and narcissized myself. At night I played a few games of Extinction World and couldn't help but think of the woman next door. How did she beat such a difficult game to the last level? I quietly peeked in the direction of her bedroom. She was actually lying on the bed with her legs open in my direction. A sigh came out and I instantly had a brain fart. It was covered with an air-conditioned blanket. But we were all adults, and I knew exactly what she was doing. Early summer comfortable cool wind blew over the familiar aroma. The air seems to be wrapped up in the woman's body, that sticky smell. I cannot help but thoughts drifted away. The woman's tall, obviously should be thin place to grasp, too big peach but full and round. She walks can be elastic, so people cannot help but really want to grab a hand. The corner of my mouth also rubbed that piece of skin, slippery, really want to take a bite off. I unconsciously swallowed my saliva. I do not know what it feels like to eat. Her eyes were mesmerized, the movements of her hands sped up, and as I tried to keep up with her, I looked down, my body hardening faster than I could have imagined. Like I'd practiced a million times in my head, one day I'd have to taste that pin-up with her for myself. I ran to the restroom, purposely leaving a crack in the door so I could keep up with her movements. The scent continued to hit me and my sanity drifted further away. I kept gasping for air. The delicacy of my palm instantly cleared my mind. How could I? At this point I looked out the window again at the woman's side. She shyly smiled and closed the door to the room. No, this woman is too seductive. I have to let Huang Yi come over. Although I'm not a willowy woman, I still have basic morals. Huang Yi is the woman I love and want to take care of for the rest of my life. Wife, come over and stay with me. Come over to my place at night and I'll send you back to school the next day, right? Huang Yi saw that I was pestering her very tightly lately. She was also puzzled. What's wrong with you lately? I sighed. Huo Lei's hard to explain. I just miss you. Then wait until I finish my exams, hubby. Well, come on, hurry up and get over here. I was close to begging Huang Yi, a beautiful woman who doesn't ask for anything, just wants to have one night of fun with you. What man can stand it? I indeed don't know how to explain to Huang Yi about that seductive female neighbor. Forget about it and wait for Huang Yi. The more I say the more I'll also make her annoyed with my side. I decided to seal up the window in the room for the time being. If I threw away the key, I wouldn't be itching to peek at a beautiful woman, would I? But not 2 days later I couldn't take it anymore. It was too hot in the middle of summer when I sealed the doors and windows tight. I opened the window again. Then I met the big disappointed and aggrieved eyes of the next door, who stood in the wind in her thin nightgown, and she said to me, brother darling, I want you to come over and apologize to me personally. Reason told me to go and it would be over. It was now 12 o'clock in the middle of the night. If I went I would be done with Huang Yi, and I would be done with Changzi as well. But I can take this opportunity to go over there and talk to her clearly. I put on a mask. Maybe the aroma of her house has a soothing effect on the nerves. Every time I breathe for a long time I am very relaxed. Those evil thoughts of men come out. Before I knocked on the door, the inside was opened, and a fragrant soft female body leaned over. Brother darling, why are you so slow and wearing a mask? Well, a little cold, don't catch you. I'm in good health. She said daintily, ready to take it off by hand. I immediately pushed her away and flashed to the other side. She didn't force herself to do so, and stepped back to let me in. I saw that the wine and food were ready on the table, so I had to reject her enthusiasm. I'm here to say a few words and then I'll leave. I'll just say a few words and then leave. Her originally quite joyful expression immediately became lost. It's darling brother's fault, you're too beautiful, I can't hold back, always looking to your side. You want to apologize is this kind of words. I sincerely say sorry to you, what do you want to compensate? The woman sucked in her nose and 2 lines of clear tears slid down. I have to say that this is the first time I've seen a woman who cries so beautifully in real life. I hurriedly pulled out the tissue on the table and handed it over to her. She refused to take, with me like angry, don't look away, women's tears let me more or less a little embarrassed, blame me, have a girlfriend can't give her any commitment. Her soft hand covered my hand, grabbed my hand to wipe her tears, darling brother, why? No one will know if you don't tell me or I don't tell you. No way. Even if no one knows, a betrayal is a betrayal. Then I'd shown you everything, brother darling, how can you be responsible for me? I was silent. There was really nothing I could do. She undid my mask, brother darling, I want you to look at me, since I was a kid, I knew that men can't be trusted, my dad has no idea how many girlfriends behind my back besides my mom, so since I was a kid, I decided that in the future, I definitely want to look for a good and dedicated man, and brother darling, you're the one I'm looking for. I wanted to open my mouth, the woman continued to interrupt me. You always say that you have a girlfriend, you love her so much that you even gave up your own chance to go to college just to pay for her education, but now that she has applied for the opportunity to study abroad as an exchange student, she's going to leave you here to enjoy your life abroad. And I'm willing to do anything for you, in that case brother darling, are you still not willing to stay with me? I shook my head unwillingly, no, Huang Yi said she wouldn't leave. The woman handed over a printed ticket. It was a one-way ticket from North City to Manchester, England on the 10th of next month, and the name on the top of the ticket read Huang Yi, so that was it. Anger instantly rushed to the top of my head, I was going to find Huang Yi to ask for clarification, but the woman kissed me. She hooked my tongue and exchanged saliva with me, there was a sofa bed on the living room, she pushed me down on the sofa bed, and her thin white small hand also reached into my belt and held it. My body shuddered violently. Since Huang Yi doesn't even want me anymore, why should I keep my body for her? It wouldn't be a man if he wasn't moved by the beauty of the moment. At this moment I wanted to ruthlessly want this woman to take revenge on Huang Yi. I turned my head and unexpectedly met Huang Yi's eyes through the window. Huang Yi came over to my house. Oh no. I immediately pushed away the woman on top of me and ran back to my home. As soon as I pulled open the door Huang Yi mercilessly threw over a slap, I really misjudged you. Feng Ling, break up. She pushed 2 large suitcases, is this the meaning of moving over to live with me? I felt guilty in my heart, I grabbed Huang Yi's suitcases and didn't let her go, listen to my explanation, wife, I was just mad and didn't push her away for a moment, I didn't do it on purpose. Huang Yi laughed coldly, you are mad, I think you are enjoying being interrupted by me before you are mad, right? I denied anxiously, I'm not like what you think with her, but now I want you to answer me, are you going to leave me alone to study in England, you're going to leave me behind right? Why? Huang Yi laughed out loud, she said defiantly, since you already know, then I don't need to go through all the trouble of hiding it from you, I am planning to go to England to study, so you just stay with your pretty neighbor, pair of dog and man. After she finished, I let go like I lost my strength, Huang Yi really didn't want me anymore. We grew up together as childhood sweethearts and fell in love after high school graduation, and this year is already the 5th year, I didn't expect Huang Yi to give up our relationship so easily, hee hee. Then I still open this car repair store for what? Is Huang Yi really dislike me as a high school graduate is not worthy of her, but she has not thought of the two of us at the same time on the art school, is that I give up the opportunity to go to college out of the dry car repair, only to make up enough to Huang Yi to go to college tuition, and now also has been dry car repair. And again, it was to fulfill the 880,000 dowry demanded by Huang Yi's family. How can she be so cruel? I was in so much pain that I called out to Changzi to come out and drink with me. Did you and Huang Yi really split up? I gulped down half a glass of beer. Huo Yuanyi, we're done. Why? I sighed, Huo Juwanyi saw me and ran to Li Weiwei's house in the middle of the night. I don't know what happened, but Li Weiwei hugged me in the middle of the night. Li Weiwei? My girlfriend Li Weiwei. Changzi lowered his voice, but it was like the calm before the storm, his eyes staring me dead in the face. When did you two get together? I asked suspiciously, meeting a heavy fist from Keiko, Ko. Feng Ling, you fucking think I'm dead? Did I tell you not to touch her? Alcohol made my head a bit sluggish, I came back to my senses when I wrestled with Changzi, Changzi's weak body was thrown out by me. Both of us had been drinking, and the fire attacked us, and in the confusion I don't know whether it was a guest or a passing pedestrian who called the police. More than an hour later, the two of us one-on-one with the police to make a statement. Out of the strong sun with the eyes to kill me staring at me, I know that I am not justified. The strong sun did say that he liked the woman. I didn't put his words at ease, but the strong son of the sea beautiful women can't walk. I don't know when he is just talking about it, when it's true, this time also Chase then is half ahead of Li Weiwei. It is also rare. The two of us were just about to leave when we were shouted into the interrogation room by an experienced old policeman, who pointed to the picture of a beautiful woman and asked us. Stirring up you and your girlfriend, the old cop pointed at me. And the woman who almost turned you two brothers against each other, isn't she? What's this about? Li Weiwei's photo was in the center, with dozens of arrows pointing to different men, and Keiko and I couldn't understand it. The old cop explained it to us. Li Weiwei's original name is Bai Wei, is a Southeast Asian country, a transnational human trafficking group of high level. The last contact before the disappearance of these 36 men is Bai Wei. Her most often disguised identity is the returned overseas Chinese escaped Missy, a charming and proactive rich white beauty as long as the shot. In addition to Yu Fengling, her success rate with other men is 100%. Changzi refused to believe it. Then why don't you just come to the door and arrest her since you have investigated clearly? The old cop shook his head bitterly. All of our current evidence is circumstantial. We can't bite the bullet and say that these missing people have a direct connection to Bai Wei, and we've investigated Bai Wei many times, and all of her entry and exit visas, and her call records are all legitimate and reasonable. So your suspicions are unjustified. Wei Wei is innocent. Changzi stormed out and pointed at the old cop. The old cop helplessly shook his head and sighed. We interrogated several people. No one is willing to cooperate with our investigation. Everyone thinks they can walk up to the peak of their life by marrying Bai Wei in one day. Changzi picks up his cell phone and says he wants to ask Bai Wei everything, but fortunately the old cop is quick to slap Changzi's cell phone away. The old cop had the other cops take Changzi away forcibly. He bitterly asked me to please, Fengling, now you are our only hope. You are Rh-negative blood, 24 years old, physically healthy adult male. Human organs in your condition are particularly rare and expensive in the black market, so Li Weiwei will 100% take you this time. More importantly, you are the only man who has kept the bottom line. Fengling, are you willing to help the country to eliminate such a criminal gang? Children who grew up under the red flag, where there will be hesitation when it comes to serving the country and the people currently. I heavily nodded my head. Fengling, you don't need to worry too much. From now on keep in touch with us at all times. We will tell you what to do, and we will do our best to safeguard your safety and security. The old policeman saluted me. In the afternoon I returned to the mechanic's store as if nothing had happened. The woman asked me with concern, your girlfriend saw it that day, do you want me to explain it to her? I shook my head and smiled bitterly. We split up, thank you, Wei Wei, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known that Wang Yi was so heartless and unintentional towards me. The woman laughed out as if she was relieved. Brother Da Ling, don't you blame me for meddling in your business. What's the use of blaming you? It's a fact that she's going to abandon me and go to England alone. I only hate myself for not seeing clearly what she's like earlier. The woman carefully leaned over. Brother Da Ling, don't be sad, you still have me, stay by my side, I will love you well. Wei Wei, how can I stay by your side, our statuses don't match at all. The woman said without a care in the world, Brother Da Ling, did I mention that I like your dedication the most? As long as you are willing to love me, that's enough. She also wanted to take me back to her house filled with fragrance. Right? Charming and spooky aroma. The police told me that the special aroma is very popular in Southeast Asia as an aphrodisiac, and after smelling it for a long time, people will get addicted to it, which is why many men can't stay away from Bai Wei after getting along with her for a long time. I refused. It is also true that I showed that I was not interested in everything, and that I had just broken up with a frustrated look. Bai Wei continued to persuade me again, Brother Da Ling, it's not a solution for you to stay disheveled like this. I'll take you out of the country for a break. Where to go? To Kenya to see the great migration of animals? Or go to Turkey to ride a hot air balloon? Take your pick. I'll go with you on all of them, Brother Da Ling. Bai Wei held my hand and wept. I've never been out of the country, you make the arrangements, Wei Wei. I casually threw the travel pamphlet to the side and looked out the window again. It's a pity that brother Changzi has to be locked up for a month because he got drunk and made a mess in a bar, otherwise he could have gone with us. The woman said with great regret. In order to prevent Changzi from tipping off Bai Wei, the police had to temporarily detain Changzi under a name of some sort, and this offense was familiar to Changzi. It was called drunkenness and nuisance. After all, he went in for the 4th time this year for drinking and fighting. In the end, we chose to go to Australia and have to change planes from Southeast Asia, but where to go is not the point, because no matter where we chose to go for our final destination, Bai Wei would definitely let me pass through Southeast Asia. The reason is that the buyer will meet her there. She was confused when the Chinese police showed up that day because everything seemed to be going so well, and I was so wilted that she couldn't raise my spirits, so she was gullible. She thought that the blowback from my loss of love would allow her to make quick work of me. This time, using me as bait, the police rescued a total of 12 young men between the ages of 18 and 30, including me. These victimized men were so badly brainwashed that when they were escorted to the police car, many of them shouted, "Wei Wei, I love you." At the same time, this incident also made the news at home and abroad. Huang Yi, who was far away in the UK, naturally saw it, and on the day I returned to China, the petite Huang Yi also squeezed into the welcoming queue at the airport. "Aren't you in the UK? Why did you suddenly come back?" I resisted the urge to come over and hug her tightly. "I came back when my course was over." "Why?" "I welcome you back, you don't welcome me." Huang Yi asked me back emotionally. I was still confused. Hasn't it only been a month? The course is over already. It was supposed to be a short-term course. Phone Ling, tell me the truth, if I hadn't seen the news, would you have never contacted me again? I was silent, thinking about where to start explaining to Huang Yi. Huang Yi then feigned anger and turned her head away. I hurriedly called out to her, "I just want to contact you after I get my hands on 500,000, isn't the bride price still 500,000 short? The police told me to cooperate with them and pay me 500,000 when I succeed." "You fool! How can you save up for the dowry without chasing your wife first? If the bride price is enough and the wife runs away, then you can go cry on the other side." Huang Yi poked me in the head. "You don't blame me. I want to blame you, but the police station has sent out a big poster praising you for being the only good man who didn't fall for the beauty trap, so I'll have to tell you not to do it again. And from now on, don't do such dangerous things without telling me." I was scared to death by the news. Huang Yi's eyes were red, she was so excited that she rushed up and hugged me. Touched instantly surged to my heart, my Huang Yi finally chose to believe me back to my side.